What's up, y'all? I hope you're in good health, good spirits. The other day, I went to get tamales early in the morning. I think it was Saturday, and it was raining and cold. And so I get out the car, and I felt like this incredible. Just it got really cold, and I talked to the other, raza buying tamales as well about how cold it was. We all kind of talked about it. Then I saw that this grocery store had opened. It was probably like 6:30 in the morning. So I went in there and got some tortillas because we didn't have tortillas. And I come back out, and as I'm going in, I see this lady by the door who is homeless. It's a white lady. Her pants were kind of around her ankles, and it looked like she might have soiled herself. Um, she's covered in grime, like everywhere. Even like her hair is got like black grime on it. And it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but before her, because I'm always in this stretch of the of the neighborhood, and there used to be another guy there called El Diablo. He was Mexican, and he would be covered in the same grime. Like he had no access to bathing, and probably went months without bathing. He was schizophrenic, where he would be talking to himself and yelling and seeming angry. And he was hella hubbed. Sometimes he would just be in just boxers running around and like all grimy, sleeping on the sidewalk. And where I'd go get, my Mexican food, the carniceria I go to, they always looked out for him. Like I would see him come out and give him a burrito, even if he was yelling and crazy and seemed really dangerous. They would walk up to him anyways and give him food, and he would eat it and be normal for that second. And then other times I'd see him and he'd be like all cleaned up and functioning, and it's because he was taking his medication, right? In this case, I haven't seen him in a while, but there's this white lady now who's kind of taken his place. She's the one that's yelling, and if you don't see her all the time, you're scared of her. She's I saw her like defecating like just on the street one time. She's out there mentally. I don't know if it's drugs. I am leaning towards it's schizophrenia untreated. I'm no doctor or clinician or any of that. Just this is based on my life experience. And maybe it is drug induced psychosis, but it's really cold. There's puddles in the parking lot of this grocery store, tortilleria, donut shop, and then where all the raza selling like tacos de canasta or tamales, champurrados, arroz con leche, dulces, a lot of food, right? And so I see the store folks running her off, and she's just hanging out in the parking lot, yelling at them, hella mad. She's barefoot. Pants are like kind of around her ankles or knees, and she looked like she pooped herself, right? And just yelling at people, and it was really sad. And I thought, man, I should take off my shoes and then like throw them out the window so she can get them. And that was where what this video is about. I wanted to help her, but I couldn't humanize her because I was afraid of her. I was afraid of like getting too close to her, not knowing what the grime on her was. And there's been homeless folks that have been really kind to me. that would come up to me and hug me when I felt I needed a hug, and and I appreciated it. You know, I didn't recoil. There was nothing. It was just two people. One sensed another one was down and gave him a hug, and and so like I've connected with homeless people. This one I was kind of afraid to get close to, for fear of disease or what have you. And then I thought, well, she seems really gone. I don't know if she would have the wherewithal to pick up the shoes and put them on so she's not barefoot in the rain. In which case, I just threw my shoes away. And now there was a line of people for the food. And besides, they didn't have tamales, so I ended up just getting an arroz con leche and then a couple tacos de canasta. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to give her money so that she could buy something. I think the right thing would have been for me to get the stuff and then just give it to her. But I eased my conscience from seeing this lady suffering and me being in a position to help her. Like I pulled up and cracked my window and I pulled out $5 and kind of held it through the window. So like it's a crack and I go, hey, can I give you some money to get something to eat? And like, I think she's so out there mentally, I didn't know how she would respond. And she says, oh, thank you. I'll get a coffee and a donut because there's a donut shop right there. And I'm like, cool. So as she's walking up, I'm like, you know, just hand her the money through the window. And because I don't know if she's got fecal matter on her hands. And then when she started walking up, she goes, no, thank you, I don't want it. And then she turned off and I started driving off. And then I hear her say, wait, I'll take it. So I stop, I open the car door and I put the money, like fold it like a tent on the ground. And I go, I'll leave it here in case you change your mind. And I closed the door and I drove off. But I looked through the rear view and she did come and pick it up. And I felt it was weird because I wanted to help her, but I didn't want her to touch me because I didn't know what was on her hands. And so I wanted to keep her at a distance while I helped her or tried to help her. And the truth is, I could have gave her $1,000 and it wouldn't change her life. It wouldn't make a difference. I could give her $10,000 and it probably would not make a difference to her life. Might change it for a month or two, 3, maybe 4. But it wouldn't, I don't think it would make a difference. And so I kind of saw this analogy with like do-gooders in government who, you know, talk a big equity and justice game and at the same time try to keep certain communities at arm's length while they want to help them, but they're afraid of them. They don't know how to deal with them. You know, they want to help the black and brown folks that need it less, but are easier to deal with. And, you know, I don't know if that's a bad thing. You know, it could still be good, but at the end of the day, the folks that need it the most, it's like someone drives by and throws some money out the window at them that isn't going to make a difference really, and then keeps going. And I don't know. It's kind of the analogy I saw there. And I don't have a solution or anything, just a story, something I went through. Have a good one.